Now, one thing that I've never told you guys before, or maybe I have a long time ago. By the way, everybody at home, these are my parents. These are going to be my audience members for this show here. Now, obviously, we've not set anything up. I know people at home are probably going to be thinking, like, you set something up with your parents. Like, we haven't set anything up, right? Nothing like that. Okay. With you, Mom, I do have a notepad with a couple of locations on them. We got Tallinn, Budapest, Rome, Bishkek, Moscow, a bunch of random locations, right? And you can confirm that they're all kind of random, right? What I want you to do is simply take your thumb and riffle down and stop whenever you want.
Okay.
And I'll hold it here until you're done.
I can't.
You can't see it.
Oh,
Nope, it's going to be random.
Oh. Sneaky.
Good. Have a look. Don't tell Dad.
Okay.
Good. And you have a location in mind, right?
Yeah.
Is there any way I could do it?
No.
Probably not, right? And with you, what I want you to do is I want you to think of, what I was going to get to is when I was in high school, I used to be able to like guess people's PIN codes to their phones, right? And I still do it to this day. Probably not as much because it is such a personal piece of information and a lot of people use those 4 digits for a multitude of other things, right? What I want you to do is I want you to think of a 4-digit code. Now the thing is, I want to make sure all the digits are different, because if I reveal this and it turns out the numbers are like 1111, it's not going to be that impressive to the viewers at home. The other thing is I don't want you to put any zeros in there, because the only problem with that is oftentimes when I read people's minds, I don't know if I'm seeing nothing or if it's a 0, and sometimes it's just hard for me to connect with the number 0. So you should have a 4-digit PIN code. Mm-hmm. All the numbers are different, and there should be no zeros. No pressure, if we'll get back to you in a second. With you, I want to try to see if I can guess what this is. You said you have it? Okay, good. Now look behind you. There is a envelope stuck to a pole right there, right? Mm-hmm. Perfect. That's been there this whole time. I haven't like gone up there. And I want you to keep an eye on that as well. Make sure I don't get to it. Now, I used to play this game a long time ago. It was called GeoGuessr. I don't really play it as much anymore, but essentially the game is a Google Maps based game where they spawn you in a random location and you have to guess where exactly in the world it is. And I got okay at it. I memorized a few key geographical things that could help me out if I ever get kidnapped. But I guess one day I will. What I want you to do is I want you to imagine, have you been to this place before, by the way?
No.
No? Have you? Oh wait, you don't even know what it is. I was like expecting you to be a mind reader for a second. Okay, so I want you to imagine, would you be able to recognize it if you saw like a few photos of it? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. I want you to imagine like you're in this place right now, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, I'm gonna try to see if I can like point out key things that I'm seeing. Okay. First thing that I'm seeing is that the cars that are driving, they're driving on the left-hand side of the road? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good. I'm looking at the license plates here. You might not have noticed the license plates, but I definitely did. I saw when the cars were passing me by, white license plates in the front and yellow license plates in the back. And I almost thought that this was Japan, because Japan does drive on the left-hand side and they do have white front plates and yellow back plates. Can you imagine you're walking down the street and you're looking at a building that best represents this place? And don't tell me what it is, obviously. Okay, I see a giant circular object. Almost looks like a giant, like a clock. Is it Big Ben? Mm-hmm. Are you thinking of London? Mm-hmm. Perfect, okay, awesome.
I was hoping I had the other one, but...
Which one?
Rome.
Rome? Oh, I mean, that would have been amazing too. I think I have that in there as well. Now, I'm gonna grab that envelope there.
When you were thumbing it, I was like, oh, I want that one.
Yep, I don't give people free choices there. This has been here the whole time, and it's been, like I said, strapped to that pole since the very beginning, since you guys got here, and I just now brought it up. Can you open it up?
Okay.
And what I want you to do is I want you to show the camera. Try not to rip the paper that's inside. It's not a lottery ticket, unfortunately. And unfold it. Unfold it all the way. And you should have a picture of Big Ben. I hope the camera can catch that. And the cars are driving on the left-hand side. You also got the yellow back plates and the white front plates right here. There we go. So I will leave that there, and that's pretty good. I mean, that was good. I mean, going away from the card magic, we got to somewhere that was pretty good. But now you have this pin code in mind, right? Okay, so let's see if I can try to guess it. Now, it's going to be a little bit rocky at first, and the one thing that every magician that is watching this video should know is it's incredibly difficult to perform in front of your parents. The only reason why is because they've seen you grow as a performer, and it's very difficult for you to build that character. But it's even more difficult to try to read their minds because they know what to look out for. So hopefully I can challenge myself in doing this. Like I said, it's going to start out a little bit rocky, but I'm going to try to see if I can build this connection. I'm seeing 2 odd numbers, and only 2 odd numbers. Yeah? Okay. I want you to think of the highest digit within this pin code. Okay. Where is that? Is that the first, second, third, or fourth number? Second. Okay. Now, I want to see if you can pick up on what this is. It's only one number that you have to guess it. It's only one number that you have to guess. Just one. I don't want you to think of the entire pin code, but just one number. And keep in mind, it is the highest number. So I want you to look at him, and you look at her, and I want you to imagine you're saying it out loud to her, and see if you can hear it. And whenever you're ready, just say what the number is.
9.
No? So it's not 9. That's okay. Can you see how close she was? 5. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Let's see if we can guess the rest of the numbers. Think of the lowest number, okay? Now this time I'm going to try to guess this, so she doesn't have to pick it up on. This time I will. Where is the lowest number? Is it first, third, or fourth? First, okay. Okay, so we know it was a 5, the second number. Okay. Let's think about whether this number is odd or even. It's an odd number, right? Okay. Actually, this is going to be important later. I'm doing something different now. Like I said, this is important for later. Is the pin code that you were thinking of 1542?
Yeah.
There we go.
How
Perfect. So that's
that?
4 digits. 15.
What?
Now I did say that this was important later, and I think it's going to be more relevant to you. So we'll try something with you in just a second. And and you could tell the camera, like, we didn't set anything up in the beginning, right? I didn't pay you money.
Just a random 4 digits.
Random 4 digits. I'm glad, because if you did something personal, maybe it would have been easier for me to pick up on that. So that's good. Okay, so we blank card, marker. And I also have this interesting little nifty box right here, right? You've never been hypnotized before. You told me before the camera started recording, right? Okay. Now, what I want you to do is close your eyes. Now, in no way are you going to be doing anything that's outlandish or crazy or anything like that. But I do want to let you know that in a moment when you open your eyes, you will hallucinate something, okay? Not something crazy, not something that's going to put you into a psychotic mental breakdown. Okay, so you're going to hallucinate something. This is going to be something that your subconscious kind of just picks out at random, okay? All right, so I'm going to get to working on that. I'm basically going to be drawing it on this card right here, okay? So if you hear me making the noises here, that's just me writing on a card right here. And I'm not the best artist in the world, but I'm going to see if I can try to come up with something similar to... Okay, now, I know you're not in the camera frame, but do you see something on this card? Mm-hmm. You do, and you see it on the other side as well, right? Mm-hmm. Perfect, and I'll show the camera as well. There is something on that card, right? Yep. Yep, and on the other side. Yep. Perfect. Now, in a moment, you are going to open your eyes, in a moment, and you're going to just essentially look at what I drew on this card. You're not going to say anything. You're not going to say out loud what you see. Essentially, once you process it, you're going to close your eyes again. Okay? Open up your eyes.
Okay.
Close them. Interesting. Now, we, like I said, also have this box right here. And I want to show you that, there's nothing in the box. Camera can also see as well, right? Okay, perfect. And can you open up your eyes as well? Just make sure there's nothing in the box as well.
Nothing in the box.
Perfect. Now, can you say, for the very first time, what you saw?
A rose.
A rose.
Or a flower or something.
A rose. interesting. Okay. I'm going to try my best, like I said. Right. Now, here's the interesting thing, and I'm sure you can confirm this as well. Did you see anything on the card?
Nothing.
Nothing? And you did.
Yeah.
You did. Interesting.
There was nothing on there. Either side of it was blank.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was nothing. I mean, now there is. I drew something. Did you see exactly what this is
Yes.
here? Yeah. With the flower and the words.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Well, not the words.
Not the words. Okay, so that you saw just now.
Right.
So if I put this in here, shut it for a second. This is what, and you said there was nothing in the box, right? Now there is. I mean, I put the card in there, right, with the rose. A rose. You sure you didn't like see my tattoo and maybe get influenced by that, or maybe just thought of it? You like actually saw the drawing of a rose on there.
Well, the funny. Okay, well, go ahead.
I mean, continue. Go ahead.
Okay, I saw the rose before you even drew that. Like when I closed my eyes, I saw a rose.
Interesting.
Before I even saw the rose.
Interesting. So not influenced by my tattoo in any sort of way. Okay.
Because I'm not facing your tattoo. You know?
Interesting. Well, I mean, one of my favorite quotes is by the late Napoleon Hill, which says, "Whatever our minds can conceive and believe, we can achieve." And so this little box that I've had here the whole time, if I just pass my shadow over it and we open it up,
Ooh.
on the very inside, can you take that out?
Black rose.
Should be an origami of a rose. The other interesting thing is, remember the card
Yeah.
is now blank on all sides.
That is neat. Wow. That is cool. Hey,
That's for you to keep.
Can you do that with a winning lottery ticket?
I wish.